What is happening, everybody? It's the usual suspects from No Flips Given here. We just got back from Blade Show, so we're here to talk about, I don't fucking know, knives or
knives or
fucking something. I don't know. Let's get into it.
You sound so excited.
That's the point.
Okay.
All right.
What do we got in
I
the
will.
bag?
Yeah, break into your bag of treasures.
All
Where are we
right,
starting
we'll
here?
start with, hang on, there we go. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll start hot.
Hot.
We'll come in real hot
Hot.
on this one.
H-A-U-T-E.
Steamy.
G&G Hawk knives. This is, the old school, or not old school, but a aluminum deadlock. This one I've had for a while.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's super nice.
What model is that?
That is a Mod C.
Mod C. All right.
Yep, from 2022. So it's first year, I believe, that they did the production on these. Or 21 might be. It could be stupid. Anyway, aluminum, 6061 aluminum chassis, carbon fiber inlay, 20 CV blade, double edge. Zero blade play, as with every deadlock. Nothing. Also totally centered within the handle, which is another nice thing about the
that
deadlocks.
is really nice. Yeah.
Really cool. Got that a couple years back. Loved it. I've kept it, just one of my favorite knives. Went to Blade Show and was able to pick up a titanium version of the same knife.
Ooh.
Magna cut steel, copper camo, fat carbon inlays.
My God, that's a sexy beast.
Yeah, I like the weight on the titanium better.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the aluminum is nice, but it's anodized, where that is just stone-washed titanium, which is honestly one of my favorite finishes for titanium. Yeah. So when this came out,
God,
I believe originally when this was released, these were from Gavin and Grant Hawk, $1,100 for the aluminum deadlock Mod C. This at Blade Show was $2,200.
Gavin and Grand Hawk?
Yeah, the father and son.
Grand Hawk.
Grant.
Oh. Grant Hawk.
Yeah, not quite as good as Mike.
Gavin
Hawk.
and Grant, last
Jack.
name Hawk.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
so
I
it's
was
Hawk
like-
knives.
You're saying like Grant Hawk, and I'm like, whose last name is Grant Hawk? How the
No,
fuck
no,
did
no,
that
no,
happen?
no. Just Gavin and Grant.
There's no way. This dude is literally a comic book character.
My God, that thing is a piece of work.
Yeah, the pocket latch,
Yeah.
spring loaded on both of them, which really I think is an awesome thing for your pocket. Makes it easy to go in, real good retention, comes right out,
Helps with the plunge.
helps with the plunge.
Jesus.
But super, super high end out the front
I mean-
autos.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else you could really say about them other than, they were the first ones to come out with, other than the Sand Shark, which the Sand Shark was another knife making. I think it's Desert. Oh God, I can't remember the name of the company, but they had it set up to where there was actually 3 set screws on the back that you would set, and that's how you would get the very reduced blade plate on an OTF. These are there's like a little roller cam in there that cams up and pushes the blade against one side of a steel insert, and then it locks it in place. And they're ostensibly, when you feel it, it is just like it was if it was a fixed blade. There's zero blade play. Super cool knives. One of my absolute favorites on this. Granted, I'm looking forward to the stuff from Microtech coming out, the Artreus and the new Ultratechs. I will be concerned that those are all right now Marfione customs from Microtech, and if in production, will they be able to keep that up? And where's their price point going to be? I can't imagine they're going to be too much beyond, because those are going to be aluminum body knives, so they're going to be, I'll bet you, in the $1,100 to $1,500 range.
Yeah, especially for those ones. But I think the whole goal for them is probably going to be undercutting them. You know what I mean?
Sure, but they're not going to approach the quality of these.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is just a piece of art, man. That is.
And
such
the
a cool
internals
knife.
on this, if you've ever seen one taken apart,
God.
it's like a Swiss watch. They are just the machining work and the design are just par excellence. The best
is just
that is out
glorious.
there.
Yeah.
There isn't. I mean, there isn't anybody else making an OTF that is that freaking sexy. And you know, one of the things I like about the Mod C is, as opposed to the Mod A and the Mod B, the handle to blade ratio is really nice on these. The Mod Bs and As, the handles were a bit larger, although still they're super sexy. I mean, they're beautiful knives, and I hope to obtain one in my collection at one point. But this, I think, has a so much better handle to blade ratio.
Yeah.
It sounds good too.
Oh yeah.
Feels great. Sound. I mean, it just really is like excellent construction. I mean, there's nothing. It's immaculate.
Yep.
ASMR right there. I should do like a high quality recording of just that.
Probably.
Yeah. Because it
As you
doesn't sound.
whisper.
Those sound unlike any other fucking.
It's a very unique
OTF.
sound. It doesn't have that little spring ring to it.
And
you
then
know?
when you bring it, when you suck it back in, it's almost it's almost like there's a vapor lock or something in there where it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like we should have you whispering sibilants into the mic while
Sibilants.
doing that.
Right.
All right. Anyway,
Okay. Deadlocks. Super cool stuff. We'll set those over here.
Yeah.
Set that there. Now the next one is going to be, I kind of went a little hard on Protex while I was down there.
I mean they gave you a free bag. So
Well,
you
yeah,
must
they
have.
did give me a free bag. So, as a there.
Yeah.
Just an example, this is, again, since I brought out an older one, this is an older Protec that I'm a big fan of. This is a first edition Terzola auto. I've had this for
How do you know
a
it's a
couple of
first
years
edition?
because it says it on the box and it is actually serial numbered.
Oh, okay.
Super cool. Got that about 2 years ago when they first released it. Tuxedo. Unlike the other tuxedos that are out now, it's got a a stonewash blade as opposed to, or a satin blade as opposed to the black blade that comes with it to give it the full tuxedo effect. But really cool, milled titanium pocket clip, and Terzola ATCF design, which is one of my favorite pocket knives. I really am a big fan of Bob Terzola's work.
Good show. All right.
Okay, then I have a Blade Show exclusive.
Oh, really now?
Came just for Blade Show of their Mordax.
The Mordic.
More dick.
So Magna Cut blade, handle of the aluminum bronze handle. Now this is what I carried the whole time there, so it has patinaed really nicely. Black lip pearl button.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DLC blade, again Magna Cut.
It's a man of refinement here.
Yeah, I really like how that patina's out. That aluminum bronze, I think.
Ends up looking
you
very
know,
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, once it goes and gets some pocket time, it just pops. The millwork here on the handle, the texturing there, still stays bright, and yeah, super nice and smooth bearings. I cut a shit ton while I was down there with it. I mean, fresh tomatoes, peaches,
Hundreds of peaches.
Jesus.
millions of peaches.
Yeah.
Peaches for me.
Good
All for
God.
you.
Here we go. All right, everybody.
Super good there. Way cool. Then the other one that I got that I actually bought this on the second day, and I had seen it on the first day of Blade Show, and the second day I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get it. And that is the new Oligarch, the Sinkovich Protec collaboration auto. This one is with a hardened stainless steel handle, again black lip pearl, and then Chad Nichols Virus Damascus blade.
Virus.
Virus.
Yeah, that's going to be hot for them, I think. I think that's going to do really well.
They only made 100 of them of this particular model.
Yeah.
They only made 150 of these.
And these are both number 69.
Yep.
Nice.
And when I brought them back to the
Nice.
hotel room, my wife looked at it and was like, "That's really cool." Really? 69? What are you, 12? And I giggled like a little boy and went, "Yeah, I kind of am."
It's like, what, you married a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
You sick fuck.
But yeah, one of the advantages of going to Blade Show is if you're there and you want a particular number of their limited edition knives, you can ask for a number. I had actually initially had wanted 13 just because, you know, it's a bad number, but that one goes super quick, just like number 1 will, or number 2 and 3. I think on both of these, I had the option of a single digit number, but fuck it, I want 69.
Yeah, that'll always have some pull to it.
Yeah.
Can I get number 420 or 69? Which do you got?
Right. Well, unfortunately, all these are lower number productions, so they didn't have a 420. But that would have been cool too.
Child
Really
over
sweet.
here.
So, Protex, super cool.
What else you got for us, man?
So,
Move this garbage out of the way.
yeah, right. So my wife had
My wife?
intimated, my wife Pamela had intimated to me that she wanted to, get into knife throwing.
Okay.
And while I was there, this company had just come back and started actually production again. These were the throwing knives of my youth back in the 80s and 70s. That's a True Balance. What do they call that? The hatchet bowie? Or bowie axe. Yeah. Really good balance on it. That's what the point here, that is the actual balance point for the knife. And then if you're handling it here, that would be the thing if you're doing a blade hand. Although probably not a good idea. This is a limited edition one. Most of the time they only do like a swedge, a little swedge here. They don't do the extended swedge, and they don't do the purple handles. These guys were really cool. A lot of fun to talk to. God, I couldn't get away from their booth actually. You know, like, here, you're going to Alaska? And pictures, and I was just like, wow, okay, cool guys. You know, but really nice people at this company. They're producing a really good product. Not really, this was the throwing knife of the, since the 50s. For, like the guys that would show up on Johnny Carson and throw knives at the ladies standing there and shit. This was pretty much the knife they were using. And I got it for her so she could, throw it at me.
Yeah, you better be careful, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, better be careful.
But kind of cool.
Yeah, that's legit, man.
Different, not a normal thing. Definitely not my kind of thing, because I'm, when you throw a knife, you're throwing away your only weapon. Then we'll get into the volley songs, which is what I'm mostly kind of keyed up on. EPS knives. We did a video earlier on the EPS Wraith, which was, in my opinion, a BRS replicant killer. This is their Titanium 101. So this is basically a modern version, in my opinion, and also a lot of people's opinion, of a modernized Benchmade 42. So it's going to be channel titanium handles on bushings. This is going to be also Zen pin, but really good balance, 4.3 ounces. So it's right there with the same weight as what a 42 was. D2 blade, which is, some of the 42s were, but not most of them. Most of them were 154 and 440C and Sandvik. But just a lights out, really good flipping knife.
That's a good looking piece.
Yeah.
I don't flip, but it rings.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just a really,
It
nice
makes
knife.
pretty bell sounds.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's got a good little ring to it. But I mean, just a nice Weehawk blade, real clean lines. One of the things I like about EPS is that they're a current manufacturer, but they are taking design cues and are hearkening back to like the golden age of Balisongs, which honestly was Benchmade.
Yeah.
Back 20 years ago, it was Benchmade. And just clean lines, simple, and just a good working knife. These things, they had a couple of others there. I had hoped to get a titanium Wraith, which would have been a titanium version of my G10 Wraith. They only brought 25 of them, and Rick sold out of them.
I'm sure that went very quickly.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
They were a first production, only 25, all numbered, and yeah, really good stuff. Probably as far as the new Balisong makers, EPS is the one to watch. They're just knocking it out of the park. Rick will sit there. I mean, like most of these guys, they have a day job, and he will sit there and, I mean, the tune on this is just fantastic. Very little play, no tap, just a beautiful knife.
Nice.
So that was really cool. The one thing that I really was stoked about, going to Blade Show, I had contacted Jerry Hom, which is, Hom Designs. one of the best balisong makers in the industry. I am a consummate collector of his mid-techs, where they're collaboration knives. And one of the ones, I already own 2 Tyrannus. But one of the things of the specialty Tyrannus is they were already an expensive knife. Standard Hum Tyrannus was like $1,400 from him originally, which I have 2 of them. This one was a limited run. He only made 5 of these. And this is a DLC Tyrannus. And so DLC blade, Bali Ballistics ground blade as well, bronze pivot cups, and and the standard handle.
Yeah, that thing is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love a good DLC Bally, man. That is.
no, it's super sexy. Like I said, there was only 5. When he sold the original, he sold 4 of them about a year and a half ago, I believe. And they went out to collectors, and I know who they got them, and I was like, man, frack, I tried to get one. I talked to Jerry prior to Blade Show, and he was like, well, is there anything you want? I'm like, well, I'd really like a DLC Tyrannus. Haha, like that's not going to happen. And he goes, I'll bring one. I'm like, seriously? Oh, okay. I'm game. And he showed up with it. This came actually out of Jerry's private collection. This is the one that he had saved off for himself of the DLC Tyrannuses. And then he sold it to me, and he sold it to me for the same price he sold the other 4 to the collectors for. Which, again, he could have sold that to me for a lot more money, and I'd have paid it.
Couldn't help but notice you had a little bit of scribble on the back. I got that pouch too.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah, Jerry actually signed the pouch.
My God.
Nice.
Yeah. Corbin Lovin's Balisong flipper was at the table when I picked this up, and he's like, dude, you should have Jerry sign that. And I'm like, Jerry, would you sign my pouch? And he was like, oh, hell yeah. Grabbed a little silver marker and put his name on it.
Yeah, shit, yeah, man.
Why not? Now I just need to get a hold of Sean Grayson to have him sign the other side.
Fucking good to go.
Get some mushrooms in it? Never mind.
Yeah. Well, Sean's the one who did the Bali Ballistics, the grind on it.
Yeah.
But all in all, I mean, I didn't buy a lot.
Yeah, you did.
You got some gems though, man.
Yeah, well, I spent a fair chunk of money.
Some real gems.
Some real gems. Yeah, some real gems.
But I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that, I mean, it was just what jumped out to me and what I thought to buy. The Oligarch, dude, this is, I think, in the aluminum handle version of this, it's getting ready to become available. That is going to be a great EDC auto loader.
Yeah.
Auto knife, side opening auto. It's got really good design aesthetics to it. I think it is just, lights out a really, really neat knife. I like Sinkovich design knives.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cool. And, the Mordax, which is a ferrum forge. I had been wanting a Mordax, and to be honest with you, I bought that just so I'd have a pocket knife, because I ended up going to Blade without a knife in my pocket. Huh. And so I got that, and that's how I got the nice patina. This one was the one that I was waiting in line on the early bird. I got to the table first thing, and I was lucky enough to buy one right out there. They sell out just like that, so... again, with the Blade Show, that's where you get the copper carbon, or the copper camo fat carbon inlays. Most of the production stuff that he'll sell on his drops will be just the plain carbon fiber. And, that was a lucky little buy. All of these, I mean, secondary market values probably would go up from what I paid there. But that doesn't matter, because they're not leaving my collection.
Yeah, dude. I think you got a decent haul there.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. I definitely recommend going to Blade Show. I mean, if you get a chance to, it is 2 to 3 days of just, jaw-dropping, holy shit work. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I'm trying to make plans to do it again next June, because, if nothing else, it's a great vacation for my wife and I. She kind of did her own thing while I was in the show, and then we headed out to the coast from there and had a week of really good food. I mean, if you like Southern cooking, man, you're not going to be hard to beat, Georgia. Yeah. And the shrimp, holy smokes, dude. Nice. They are right up there with what we have up here with the spot shrimp. Just full flavor wild shrimp. I ate a ton of shrimp and grits.
Sounds fucking amazing.
It was really a good time.
Yeah, nice.
I highly recommend going. But Other than that, yeah, that was pretty much where I went. Ta-ta-ta.
All right.